Welcome to Gear Talk episode 4. Today I'm going to talk about an overlook wide-angle lens option that you could consider for vlogging on the new EOS R6 or even some of the other EOS R mirrorless Canon cameras. Right now I have the Canon EF-S 10 to 18mm f4.5 to 5.6 image stabilized STM lens. Obviously it is with the EOS R adapter, but even with the adapter size, this lens combo is pretty light. Obviously on the full frame camera it knocks you into an APSC cropped mode, but on the Canon R6 it can still produce a 4K image, which is what I'm using right now. The autofocus is great. The eye detect and face detect work flawlessly. With the dual pixel autofocus, it reminds me of using a similar STM lens on Canon 7D or 80D. The reason why I would recommend these STM lenses is the autofocusing is really quiet. Even without a shotgun microphone, which I'm currently using, you would not be able to hear the motor focusing as you move closer and further away from the camera as the lens continues to follow your focus. These STM lenses are quiet compared to even the ultrasonic USM motors on the EF lenses. I tried it on the 24 to 70 f2.8 version 2 and 16 to 35 f2.8 version 2. Both of those lenses, the on-body audio would pick up the lens focusing. For a vlogger, that would be a big no. And for convenience, if you don't have a shotgun microphone, those footage would become quite annoying if you can hear that lens autofocus. So this combo on the R6 and on the R camera, I believe would be a very good suitable use for vlogging. It's pretty much the same as if you would use this STM lenses on the 70D, 80D, T5i and higher. All those dual pixel autofocus with a flippy screen. It's wonderful. I personally would not recommend using it for wide angle landscape photography. You'll lose too much megapixels on the R6 in my opinion. Other people might argue that. But for vlogging, and if you're a photographer and you just wanted a lens that could help you record some of these talking head videos without worrying about buying a new RF, like 15 to 35 f2.8, which has the STM motor in it, this is a pretty good option. It's cheap, and you can probably find one used between 200 to 300 bucks Canadian. Having brand new is $350. And yeah, it's image stabilized and it's quiet, and it works well with autofocusing for vlogging. So I think it's a very specific use. I would not recommend it for anything else. You won't be able to use like the video HDR mode as well as the 120 frames FPS when you're in this crop mode on the R6. But I think the 4K footage is very usable, and yeah, I think it's just really cheap in comparison to your other options in the RF and EF wide angle lineup. I'll include a chart here comparing to you some of the wide angle lenses in the EF system for full frame, such as the 16 to 35 f2.8 version 2 and 3, also the 16 to 35 f4 with IS, as well as the 24 to 70 2.8 version 2. I'll list the weights as well as the costs, and also compare it to the new RF 15 to 35. Like, I think the RF lens is like 3K compared to this 300, so that's a huge difference. Like, this is 10% of the cost. So if you're just looking for that wide angle where you can hold the camera at arm's length and be light enough to carry, I think this is actually a wonderful choice. So this is 10 millimeters, and this is what it's like at 18. Yeah, and the eye and face auto detect tracks flawlessly. And yeah, I definitely would recommend this lens for your vlogging use on the Canon EOS R6, or you can try it on some of your other mirrorless cameras. But let me know if you have any questions related to the R6 in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. And yeah, I personally not sure if I'm gonna keep the 10-18 myself. I don't vlog, but I do really like this STM autofocus. I might keep it, or just keep the 18-135 instead, since it's a more versatile for video generic use for me. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode of Gear Talk. Until the next time.